Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the charts. Tune into the Market Beast Edition. Fellow compositor speaking. MVIS MicroVision is currently under some interesting pressure in the market. I found a pattern. We're going to locate the ascending financial support line, make this super simple, and determine a potential breakout in either direction, the upside or the downside. Loyal subscribers, welcome back. If you're new here, we're going to leave a link in the video just as a credentials check, just to let you know that we've been covering MicroVision ever since December 2020. Let's go ahead and see what we have here on the charts. Let's dive right into the charts here, shall we? All right, so today is April the 12th, 2021, and the previous close of MicroVision stock is going to be $12.92. It closed negative approximately 9.1% for the day. Welcome back, everyone. ASMR Interesting Analysis. By the way, the instrument symbol, if I didn't go over it, MVIS. Okay, so here's what I found in the chart. Super simple. Weekly candles. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are witnessing on the screen is a descending triangle. It is a bearish pattern, assuming that this is correct. By the way, if you're new here, the only thing we focus on the channel is support, resistance, and patterns. Okay, we found the support line. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. The price action was finding support, and it is still finding support on this ascending trend line here, just below the price right here. Okay, and of course the pattern is a descending triangle. Again, this is a bearish pattern where the sellers take control of the market. They continue to push the price down on this descending line on the triangle, and then is the buyer's obligation to protect the lower line of this triangle here, protecting that lower horizontal line. Okay, so let's just pull up some dates so that we can truly understand what could potentially take place in this market. Let's just kind of lighten that up just a bit so we can see those beautiful candles in there. So if I am correct here, the weekly candle, this is a developing candle. Let me just show you here. This is a developing candle. Okay, so we have about 3 days and 19 hours to close on that candle. So we still, it's an active candle. It can go in either direction, to the upside or the downside. Let's go ahead and point out the lower line down here. The buyers must protect the $12.41 right just below the price there. And it's interesting because it kind of intersects the horizontal line there and the ascending line right there. So it's kind of it should act as double support, no? Okay, so again, it's at 1241. Now, just overhead, if the market does decide to have that vicious move that it had I think like 2 weeks ago, that 50% up, the overhead level is going to be at $16.33 right about there. Now, it's getting pretty tight in here because let's just say that the financial support line continues to hold. That is this ascending line just below the price. Then I think it was safe to assume that the next weekly candle would close above this level here. Okay, and then it'll get really tight. It typically doesn't get like really tight in this area. I think over the next 2 weeks, including the week that we're currently in, this developing candle, we should have a breakout, either to the upside or the downside. I truly don't have a direction. I just wait until we have confirmation. And when I say confirmation, I'm waiting on an actual candle to close above or below this specific level, assuming that it is within a descending triangle. Then, of course, again, guys, within 2 weeks, we should have a breakout. The descending line overhead kind of changes with time. Again, if it happens next week or this week, we already gave you guys a price, $16.33. If it happens next week, let's just kind of take it 1 week at a time. We'll give you guys an update every week. I don't like giving out like a million levels. You have 2 levels to understand. $16.33 as the overhead for this week only, and just below the price it should stay the same, assuming that I have my lines correct, $12.41. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have for this. I think we also had a question about where were we on the Fibonacci retracement level. Here's where we actually pulled up the fib, and we actually had the 1346 was the level where I wanted to see the price actually stay above. So it was like somewhere right about there. Okay, so the white line just in the middle there is the 618. If you don't really know about Fibonacci retracements, I'm not really that good with it, but I keep the 0.382, the 0.618, and the 0.786. Just do a really quick research on the YouTube there, and it'll kind of explain more into detail about the Fibonacci retracements. They're very powerful when used correct. But the market is still below that 6.618, okay, at 1346. That's not an ideal setup. The 0.786, I think Wall Street really steps in very aggressively if the market gets down to that level. That's currently at about $10.88. So if there was some sort of wick situation, right? If the market does that within the next three days, then that would more than likely result in a wick only, because again, Wall Street typically steps in at the 0.786. So let's let this play out. You have the levels, okay? At this point, you only have 3 levels to walk away with, all right? We're going to take this 1 week at a time to see how this market is going to behave, if it is in fact within this potential pattern. One last thing that I wanted to show you all, I think the monthly, we also got a question about the monthly. So I actually want to erase everything with the monthly. So notice how this monthly is set up here. I want to keep this super simple, okay? And one of the things that I want to do is I want to play this back and show you how it's actually pretty important on how the markets close. This is what we always focus on the channel here. How did the candle close, okay? So what I've done is I just kind of played out the monthly candle. Oh, excuse me. The monthly candle. So notice this monthly candle is just kind of playing out. This is the, what is this? The March the 1st, okay, 2021 candle. And notice how it turns green, then it turns red. Like, it's super volatile this month. And I'm actually explaining this for a reason, so just kind of stick with me here. And notice it's still red, and towards the end, it just kind of closes green. You see? It was actually the very last day, to be honest with you, on the March's candle when it actually turned green. I'm bringing this up to your attention because this month is obviously a red candle. It's starting out red, and we just witnessed, as I did the replay, the market was red, it was green, it was very volatile. And let me see if I can pull up the daily candle so you can actually see where that last move. Okay, so this was the last move. This is literally the last day of March, and it exploded like 50%. If you read the book that we typically recommend, it's called Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, if I pronounced that right, you'll know exactly what happened on this candle on this day here, March the 31st. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys actually read the book and if you can explain to me what happened on that candle there. Okay, so I think it's truly important that the market closes another green candle for the monthly, because it's too close for comfort for me to the financial support line. And I would much rather see MICROVISION just continue the trajectory. And we're long the market, but I have bearish targets just below double digits that I'm not going to reveal, because obviously the market is above, $10. We have to take it 1 week at a time, okay? You have the level below the price. I think it was like 1088 at the 7.786. So yeah, let's take it one. I don't like giving out like a million levels, guys. So this month, I would like to see this candle turn green. So we'll monitor this for the next 17 days and see how this candle is going to close for the month. I'd love to be an ideal setup if it can close green. So that would mean that it needs to break above or close above a minimum of the open, and the open is going to be $17.16 on this developing red candle. So I just wanted to kind of point that out as well, as a potential scenario to play out, because we on the channel here we only focus on the higher time frames as well. So we took a look at the weekly. You have the levels. Please rewind it back and just kind of kindly take those levels. In the monthly, you also know what I would like to see. And I don't like using the word I'd like to see. Remember, I specialize in the story, guys. If I see how the candles are developing, this would help me understand what could take place next in the story. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm having a biased opinion on the direction of the market just because we're long. We're open to this market going to substantially lower levels. Okay, so that's it. That's all I wanted to let you guys know, and hopefully this was useful. Leave an appropriate thumb and a comment to support the channel with a YouTube algorithm. Also, before you go, if you're new, we cover the alternative markets if you're into Bitcoin and altcoins. So subscribe with us, and we'll send you that when it's available. Okay, so take care of yourselves. Please execute your strategies out there, guys. It's getting pretty volatile. We're going to talk soon, and bye for now.